Hey guys, Fandom Menace here, and today is gonna be a different type of video than usual. I'm gonna discuss something very serious. I'm going to talk about how the Fandom Menace affected me. As you all may know, Star Wars fans are the most toxic and most mean people on the internet. I'm not saying all fans are. You can hate the sequel trilogy without being mean about it. I'm talking about the type of fans who complain and whine about the politics and the strong female characters like geeks and gamers, clownfish TV, nerdrotic, etc. These people would bully and harass other people who either like a Star Wars movie they don't and vice versa. For Pete's sake, Kelly Marie Tran was forced off of Instagram because of racist backlash. And don't get me started on poor Ahmed Best. And the same thing also goes for Marvel and most current Disney movies. As you all may know, there's a live-action Little Mermaid coming out this month, and there has been a lot of racist backlash that Halle Bailey is receiving for her role as Ariel. And what breaks my heart is that this article states that Halle Bailey herself expected the backlash the moment she was casted. Oh man, I hate hearing that. The same thing happened to Yara Shahidi when she casted with the role of Tinker Bell in Peter Pan and Wendy. And even worse, the same thing happened again when Leah Sava Jeffries was casted as Annabeth Chase in the new Percy Jackson show. Seriously? I mean, really? Leave Leah alone. She's just a child. The race of the character does not matter to the story. What matters is that if she's portrayed correctly. So why am I bringing up toxic harassment? Well, 3 years ago, long before I became big, I did something similar to this. And you may be shocked when I say this, but what I did has absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars. If you've been following my channel, you know I absolutely adore this 2015 Spanish animated movie called Capture the Flag. But back then I was crazy obsessed with it. Ever had that feeling where you rewatch a movie and get blinded by nostalgia to the point you believe said film is a masterpiece? That's what happened to me. Even back then I had that mindset when I first started YouTube, with my first ever YouTube channel, Fandom Menace Court FTLKHT TID Fan 99. This was long before I met Mega Xerox, Ultimate Spider Central, Mario Sonic Philly Fan 700, etc. God, looking back at those videos just makes me cringe. Ugh. Especially that stupid Mike X Amy Am I made with that Shrek 2 song in the background. But at least I remade it in CapCut, so now it's a bit better. Anywho, I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with toxic harassment? I'll get there. You see, it all started back in 2020 when I was watching the scene in Ratatouille where Linguini screamed at Remy. Someone commented on the video that that was them when watching The Rise of Skywalker, and my typical autistic self said, "I like The Rise of Skywalker." And then the person who made that comment replied to me saying, "You like that garbage? How old are you?" Whoa. I get you don't like The Rise of Skywalker, but you don't have to be mean about it. You see, the sequel trilogy was my introduction to the world of Star Wars. I personally enjoyed the movies. Don't judge me. Back then I haven't seen The Last Jedi, mainly because of the backlash and hate it got. I personally loved the sequels, but after that comment and watching other videos by the Fandom Menace, my love for the sequels was tainted as I began to doubt if the movies were even good at all. Okay, now back to Capture the Flag and what I did. You see, back then I was a bit ticked off that Tad the Lost Explorer got a sequel, let alone two, yet Capture the Flag was pushed to the side. I so badly wanted a sequel as there was so much stuff in the movie that needed to be explored. Then, I remembered what happened with the Sonic movie, where Sonic had a really ugly design, resulting in huge backlash, resulting in Jeff Fowler and the studio delaying the movie to redesign him. Again, back then, I never heard of toxic fans before, so I thought, if Paramount really does listen to fans, then maybe I can ask them for Capture the Flag too. God, back then I didn't know the difference between Sonic fans and KDF fans. Ugh. So, this is where things got bad. I contacted Lightbox Animation Studios themselves and asked them via text message for a sequel to Capture the Flag, even giving them my ideas for a sequel. The next day, to my surprise, they responded, A worker from there by the name of Jose said that the movie didn't do so well internationally, thus a sequel would be basically impossible. The moment he said that, I felt my only hope for Capture the Flag to happening was crushed into pieces. Then again, I should have simply accepted that and moved on with my day with a simple, "Okay, thanks anyway." But no, my stupid little autistic self can't take no for an answer. So what did I do? I continued to text them, angrily demanding them to change their minds. Me and Jose got into a verbal argument about the possibility of KDF getting a sequel. I kept on bugging him. Even at school, the harassment got so bad that my mom got involved in my scuffle and called him back. I got into lots of trouble and was banned from texting them again. That day, I promised myself I would not regret it, as I blindly believed Paramount was a bad company that refuses to listen to fans. Kinda like how the Fandom Menace viewed Lucasfilm. Lo and behold, 5 years go by, and I'm regretting it. It only took a video by Turf Nation to realize that what I did was wrong and very mean. Also, here's a big shout out to Turf Nation. The link to his channel will be in the description. I know what you're thinking, Fandom Menace. That was 3 years ago. Why are you bringing it up now? Because I've held onto this guilt ever since I learned what a toxic fandom was, and harassing the studio behind the movie was a common thing toxic fans did. Remember that hashtag Capture the Flag deserves better video? Looking back, this video would look like something a desperate Star Wars fan would make in an attempt to save Star Wars like geeks and gamers. While I still have the mindset that Capture the Flag is an underappreciated movie that still deserves better and is still longing for a sequel, that still doesn't excuse what I did. I behaved like a toxic Star Wars fan, or in this case, a toxic Capture the Flag fan. I 100% blame the Fandom Menace for brainwashing me into thinking that this type of behavior was okay. But now, I've changed. I've grown to be a better person, made some awesome friends on this platform, and I'm currently going big. Sure, I had some hiccups, like I was forced to abandon my first ever YouTube account because my phone was stolen and had to get a new one, and then was forced to abandon my second channel, Fandom Menace the animation fan, after it was hacked a year ago. But I didn't let that stop me. Now that I've matured, I can definitely say that Capture the Flag is no masterpiece. I can now see the flaws in the movie. That's probably the reason why people don't like it. But why do I still love this movie despite its flaws? Because in my opinion, it was fun. And there's nothing wrong with a movie just being fun. Not every movie has to be a beautiful masterpiece like The Lion King or Wolfwalkers like the Mario movie, for example. Despite its flaws, I still enjoyed it because it was both fun and nostalgic. Art is subjective, and so are movies. We can like certain movies that others don't. For example, I like the original Lion King more than the live-action remake. But if someone likes the remake and even thinks it's better than the original, that's fine. They're not stupid or a bad person. They just have something called an unpopular opinion. And just because hating the Disney remakes or the Star Wars sequels is a popular opinion, doesn't mean everyone hates them. And even if I did, I wouldn't bully others for liking them. Even if someone likes a movie I hate with a burning passion like Norm of the North, I still wouldn't bully them for liking it. It's their opinion. Also, even if you hate the Little Mermaid remake with your guts, that does not excuse the racist backlash Halle Bailey is receiving for her role as Ariel. She's still a human being like the rest of us. The same thing goes for Yara Shahidi and Leah Jeffries. The fact that people would say absolutely disgusting and racist stuff to this people disgusts me. Especially Leah. She's a child. And if Jose or anyone else who works at Lightbox Animation Studios is watching this video, I just want to say, I am really sorry for what I did 5 years ago. I know this apology is a bit too late, but it's for obvious reasons. I get movies are hard to make and cost a lot of money. I shouldn't have acted like that, and I'm hoping one day you'll forgive me. Anyways, that's the story of my biggest regret. The lesson of today is to never harass movie studios and treat others the way you want to be treated. Now tell me, what's your biggest regret? Leave it in the comments below. See ya, my peeps!